Now the important question of course is, do the pictures from this camera look so good because there's a CCD sensor in here? Hi guys, my name is Matti Sulanto and I'm a photographer. Welcome to another video. It's a beautiful morning here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. In this video I'm going to explain why I like this Olympus XZ-1 camera so much. I've only been using this camera exclusively during my first week here in Kuala Lumpur. It's so good, it's better than my iPhone and it offers much nicer film look than any Fuji camera. This is my camera. I bought this when this was a new product back in 2011. But I haven't been using this camera that much because back then I gave this to my daughter. She was heading off to Japan on her own and I thought I'm gonna give her a nice compact camera so she can record her own memories on that trip. Some time ago she gave it back to me. She found it in a box and obviously she doesn't need this anymore because she now has a smartphone and she can use that for her own photography. But now I've been using this and I absolutely love this old point and shoot camera. But what is it that makes this old 12-year-old Olympus point and shoot so special? First, the ergonomics and the size. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's not particularly lightweight, but I don't think you can call this heavyweight either. The ergonomics are really good. There's this customizable ring around the lens that you can use for your ISO, aperture, shutter speed and all those necessary exposure parameters. And my camera even has this extra accessory automatic lens cap, which is really nice because it protects the front element automatically. There is also a separate mode dial, which on my camera is a little bit loose. It's very easy to accidentally switch it to another position, another unwanted position. My good friend Robin Wong also used to have this camera and I asked him if his camera was similar, but he said the mode dial on his camera was much stiffer, firmer than this, so maybe this is just worn out or maybe it's just variation, copy variation, or sample variation or something, I don't know. But a separate mode dial definitely is a good thing and it's so easy and convenient to choose your desired shooting mode. And of course, when you have controls like this, it beats any smartphone hands down. No competition there. And the next feature that makes this camera so good is the zoom lens. It offers a super versatile 28 to 112 millimeter equivalent angle of view. And of course, when it's a real zoom lens, the image quality is constant throughout the range, not like on most smartphones which have a different lens and a different sensor for each focal length. With this you'll get the same exact image quality no matter what focal length you use. My opinion also is that on most smartphones these days the main camera is way too wide. For example, on my iPhone 14 Pro, the main camera equals to a 24mm full-frame camera lens, which is way too wide for general photography, in my opinion. And that's why I don't like to use my iPhone that much for any kind of serious photography. The lens is just too wide. I wonder why they couldn't just stick to a 28 equivalent or even 35 equivalent, because pretty much every smartphone also has the extra wide, ultra wide camera that would cover your ultra wide angle needs. And then the image quality, which in my opinion is really good. This camera has a relatively small 10 megapixel CCD sensor, but the images, the pictures, they look very pleasing to my eye. Of course, they don't have the detail and the crispness that we get from our modern digital cameras, but these pictures, they look very nice, pleasing, organic, very film-like, at least in my opinion. And they look much more film-like than any Fuji film simulation, because those Fuji pictures, they are much more about the color, the film simulation. They are much more about the color than anything else. If you zoom in any Fuji picture, it looks like another digital picture. But when you zoom in to these pictures, they really look like scanned film. Not exactly, but they have that scanned film vibe in them. Now the important question, of course, is, do the pictures from this camera look so good because there's a CCD sensor in here? CCD sensors have, even today, many supporters who claim that a CCD sensor can deliver something special. I'm not sure if I agree with that. Maybe it's the combination, in this case, maybe it's the combination of the sensor size, pixel count, maybe the filter on the lens, and the in-camera processing or Olympus color science, whatever. Maybe the CCD also plays a small part here. And I think I have a pretty good case against that CCD magic. And it is the original Canon 5D camera. No matter who you ask, everyone likes the pictures that come out of the original Canon 5D, and that camera had a CMOS sensor. So I'm not sure if CCD sensors ever had any kind of a magic colors or magic look. I think it's more the combination of things that happen inside the camera. The sensor size, pixel count, processing, the lens, and color science, and all those things together, rather than just the type of the sensor. And today, almost every camera has a CMOS sensor anyway, so if you are a dedicated CCD sensor supporter, you pretty much have to get one of these older cameras to enjoy that look, if you think that there is a specific special look in those CCD sensor pictures. In this video, I've said at least a couple of times that this is better than my iPhone camera. But of course, this is not nearly as convenient as my iPhone camera or any smartphone camera. You really have to know what you're doing with this camera to get the best results. And in my opinion, you also have to shoot RAW and work with those RAW files a little bit in post. Nothing major, but you'll get much better results if you fine-tune those RAW files in Lightroom or any other post-processing app. This camera is now 12 years old, but I think even today this would be a really nice travel camera, for example. This even has IBIS, which is great for those evening walks in the city. You can stretch your shutter speeds to be able to use lower ISOs, and the results are, in my opinion, really good. The lens is versatile 28 to 112 millimeter zoom lens, and the size is not too bad, fits in your pocket easily, easy to carry. And if something happens, you drop this camera, someone maybe steals it, which would be unfortunate, but the value of the camera is nothing to be too much worried about. So you don't necessarily need a new and expensive camera for your photography, for great pictures and to be able to enjoy photography. Because photography is not about sharpness or megapixels. Photography is all about light, shadow, composition, timing. Photography is all about being able to see what is happening around you. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this little video with the Olympus XZ-1 camera. And if you found this video useful or helpful or entertaining, please do consider buying me a cup of coffee. There's a link down below for that if you don't live in Finland. If you don't live in Finland. Thank you so much, and I'll definitely see you soon in the next video.